this quote that, if you followed any like fitness meme pages, there's, that quote from Socrates, which I'm not going to remember exactly, but it's something like, what a shame for a man to go through his whole life and never know what he's capable of. And I remember when I first started lifting weights, because I'm 6'3", and right now I'm 180, 190, somewhere in there. When I graduated high school, I was 140 pounds. Like I was thin as a fucking rail. And once I started exercising more, started building muscle and, getting stronger and everything, it was kind of like, oh my God, like what if I had just accepted, oh, these are my genetics, because my entire family is super, super skinny. And it's disappointing to look back on that and be like, oh my God, I was but, a single decision from not doing this. And having been in the fitness industry for over a decade now, I've met so many people where I'm like, oh my God, like you got great genes, you have time, you have money, you have, all these different things, but still you limit yourself because of whatever reason. And I'm sure that to a degree, probably a much bigger degree, is there a part of you that looks at other people and is like, oh my God, like I'm paralyzed and I'm doing this. What the fuck is your excuse?
I try not to think like that. I try not
Kind
to
of
judge.
good.
I try not to judge other people and compare them to myself. I only compare myself to people that are in better shape than me. I,
like as for like a new bar to shoot for yourself.
as a reward to shoot for, I only
That
compare
is
myself.
fucking awesome.
I only compare myself to people who are in better shape than me as I can get there. Not as a negative thing to where you're like, okay, so here's the thing. So I've heard a lot of people say like never compare yourself to anybody, you know, that's toxic, don't do that. And I'm like, no.
Kind of need to sometimes a little bit.
As long as you're comparing yourself to like someone who's better, like obviously in better shape than you, and you're like aspiring to be like that in your comparison, like it's a I think I can get there or I want to look like this in a healthy way. That's good, I feel like. Because I feel like that's just like a little bit of intrinsic motivation that
Right.
you can call upon at times when you need it.
So did you fully skip that phase? Because that is such a common like phase of exercising, of like almost resenting people who aren't, doing something. Did you like immediately skip that?
Here's my thing is as long as people, because I understand it better than anybody. I was 350 pounds in the gym, lifting freaking 5 pounds weights when we started.
Right.
But what I've realized is as long as they are trying to self improve, that you should be their number one supporter, man.
Right.
As long as they're actively trying to improve themselves and to get into better shape, then you should be there for them. You should be encouraging them, and you should be there for them.
Wait, let
Um,
me let me rephrase that. I'm talking about people who are doing nothing, just letting themselves go, doing
that's
absolutely
where I'm
nothing.
a little phobic, man. That's where people who do nothing drive me crazy. I'm gonna be real.
Right. Right.
Like it genuinely like makes me mad a lot of the
Right.
times. Will I say anything to them? No. But in the back of my head, am I thinking, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like he's literally
Right.
just sitting there eating, doing nothing, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I know he's not happy. I know he's not happy because when I was like that, I wasn't happy. And anybody who says they're happy when they're fat, like morbidly obese, is lying through their teeth. And I just don't think they know they're lying through their teeth because they haven't experienced what it's like to be in great shape.
I've
And
said this a million times where it's like a fish doesn't know what water is unless you pull it out of water. It's like somebody doesn't know how bad they feel until they're finally on the other end of it. But I'm sorry, I cut you off there. Continue.
yeah. So like I said, people who like don't do anything about it and aren't trying to actively improve do drive me a little bit crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna sit there and, rail them for something when, let's be real, those people they're not gonna change unless it's their own decision. It's like they're an addict. Like it's like any other addict. They gotta make that decision all on their own.
Hey guys, for the first time in my entire life, I only have a mustache. I hope you still subscribe, whether you're looking at this on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or somewhere else. Go find me on Instagram at AndrewPFM or Pride Fitness and Movement, or go find me on TikTok. I post some really unacceptably obscene shit on there, but I hope you still follow me anyway. So we'll see you guys later.